Throughout my career, I also followed my heart. I think that's why we're all here. I started off as a computer science engineer, did development for a few years, then said, I'm really, really passionate about medicine. And I did a master's in medical devices and then went to work for a startup on medical devices. Actually was there from founding to exit. The startup was sold for $200 million, and then I said, wow, next time I want the startup to be mine. So I founded 2 additional startups in digital health. One went to clinical trials, one died. And from then, I joined a venture capital firm. I was an entrepreneur in residence in Israel. I'm based in Israel. Again, around digital health. And then I got a call from Microsoft. And they're like, do you want to be VP startups and developer relations in Israel? I'm just like, yeah. And for the past 6 years, I've been leading startup partnerships, developer relations, anything around partnerships and technology, first at Microsoft in Israel and now across Central Eastern Europe. Why are we here? Because we love startups. And it's actually something that we realized that startups are the ones that bring the innovation, and that partnership between your innovation and the Microsoft technologies is where magic happens. Today I want to talk about artificial intelligence, about innovation, and about love. So, humans are pretty damn smart. Wow, 13 minutes. Okay, so I have to speak faster. I can do that. Or as Sergio said, who said that the other day, that everything we do in Microsoft is super fast, so I'll go faster. So humans are pretty smart, and this human ingenuity is not something we want to replace, right? We want people to be their smartest and at their best at the whole time. The good thing about AI is that it's not supposed to replace our ingenuity. It's supposed to amplify it. It's supposed to replace the things that don't require really a lot of, ingenuity, but maybe the mundane tasks, a little bit like what UiPath do, the robotic tasks, anything that can make us be more successful and bring the best out of us. So that's AI. I think innovation is something that is, and I think a lot of you, probably feel this because, when you start a startup, you usually start with a pain. You see a pain, you're passionate about solving it, you understand that there's some human pain, you think what innovation can solve it, you bring the innovation, and that creates progress. What we see is that along the time, there have been a few really, like the savings book, right? There have been a few places across history where really things totally disrupted our life. Actually, the first one was the printing press. Maybe not the first one, but one of the major ones was the printing press. Suddenly, we didn't have to tell people stories. We could write them. We can read books, which is something that, it's part of our life all the time, whether we read books on paper or on digital. The second was the automobile, right? Instead of walking to places or riding horses, suddenly we can take an automobile and we can reach faster and we can connect the world the way we do today. The last one was the internet, okay? I don't know about you, but I remember when the internet started. I remember when I finished my computer science degree, I had my final project was a comparison between Alta Vista, Hotbot, and something else. There was no Google. Google came out a year later. So the internet totally changed our life. And of course, there were many, many points along the way. But today, what's really changing the world is artificial intelligence. And that's something that I think, if anything you take from here, is that artificial intelligence is not something of the future, it's now. So I want to share a video. There's hundreds and thousands of ideas and examples of what AI could do for you, but I think this is an example I like to show what we can really do to make a difference.
SwiftKey Symbols is a communication app for people who are non-verbal, and it supports them in expressing themselves.
Rowan, my youngest brother, has low-functioning autism. He finds it difficult to communicate and can get very upset if he can't make himself understood. I took what we used at home with some symbols that my mum would print out, laminate, cut out, stick Velcro on, put them into folders, and I just thought I could make that easier. If we did it on an app, though more fun for Rowan because he loves technology.
The underlying AI technology which SwiftKey Symbols uses is the same technology which powers the SwiftKey keyboard. We use AI technology to be able to learn from the user's behavior, to see what they like to use in terms of their own style of language, to predict what's going to come next.
It works by having a library of symbols that you can pick and choose to build your sentence, and each symbol has a word associated with it. And that we use SwiftKey AI predictive technology to learn what you've used previously, sentences that you've previously built, and then we surface what word you might want next and what symbol you might want next to build your sentence.
I want juice, please, Kate.
Wow. We developed it alongside Riverside School, which is a school specialising in learning difficulties.
To be able to express what they want without prompting is a really big thing. Go on then, ready? I want cow.
We have so many pupils who are non-verbal but still have so much to say.
I think AI can just make everything in life more efficient so you can enjoy life to the max.
There's no better feeling than to hear a child say something that they've wanted to say and the look on their face after they've been able to say it. You can't really beat that because that's them expressing themselves and that's really what you want from them.
It's joyous. I don't think I can think of a better word for it. It's complete joy and celebration.
So really, AI is a technology that can perceive, can learn, and reason to extend the capabilities of people and also of organizations. And I'm sure each one of you here can think, how can I add AI to what I do every day, to my startup, to my idea, to my IP, to make it more unique? I want to touch another topic, which people don't often think about, but this is not only, okay, AI is a wonderful thing, but it also has an ethical aspect to it. You know that when the first face recognition came out, it identified only white men. And why? Because the data of other types of people wasn't there. And that's part of what Microsoft is absolutely dedicated to make any technology inclusive, available to all, fair. So I'll talk about a few items just to make you guys think. I hope, some things will resonate with each of you. So fairness, every technology has to be fair to everybody, right? Everybody should be able to use it. So it took a lot of data to add to the face recognition app to make it fair to everybody. Reliability and safety. I mean, we talk a lot about autonomous cars, right? But they have to be reliable and safe. Otherwise, if technology takes us to a place where it's not reliable, it's not safe, then wait a second. If we talk about medical, digital health, whatever we do, we also have to think of the risks that the technology has if it's not reliable and safe, so it must be. Privacy and security, this is a huge thing, right? We see this everywhere. We see it from, the privacy and security that we have as people, in our cars, in our connected world, but even our IoT devices that we use. We hear so many stories about IoT devices in our homes that are not safe. Privacy, absolute top value. Every person has the right for privacy. Inclusiveness, we really need to make sure that whatever we do is inclusive to everyone. And this is something that we don't often think about because we usually hang out with people who are like us, but then when somebody is different, it makes us wonder, and sometimes it makes us feel uncomfortable. But when you feel uncomfortable, that's an opportunity. Transparency, one of the most important things. By the way, this is something that I personally use in every relationship. Transparency creates growth, creates opportunity, creates trust. It's the basics of everything in my eyes. But think about when you build your technology and your innovation, when you're transparent about how you do things and why you do them, you reach people's hearts. Accountability. So if a Tesla car, or never mind, not Tesla, any car, any automotive car, has an accident, who's responsible for that decision? If your AI module makes a decision, who's responsible for it? Who's the robot? So that's where you need to start thinking, because you know what? People care. Is it the company? Is it the person? Who is responsible? Who is accountable for decisions technology makes? No, there's no real answer. This is for you guys to think. This brings me to another topic that we are very focused on. This is AI for good. Yes, we kind of we weren't the best to our planet. And there's so much to do to repair and to improve. And we have, I would say, a program that's called AI for Good that's aimed at helping companies and people who want to do good for the earth, for society, for health, for education. And we have a program called AI for Good. I won't play the video. I'll let you guys check it out, but it's really about what you can do to take AI and influence it for the good. 6 years ago, Satya Nadella became our CEO, and one of the first things he said is that our industry does not respect tradition, it respects only innovation. He coined a new mission for Microsoft that says, empower every organization and every person on the planet to achieve more. What does that mean? That means that we have a lot of customers and we want to make them successful. We have a lot of partners and we want to make them successful. There's a lot of people in the world and we want to make them better. That's where startups come in. Because if you guys want to make if you guys want to get customers, right? And we want to make customers more innovative. If we want to make the bank more innovative, you know, what's going to make them more innovative? If they buy just cloud or move something to the cloud, that's not necessarily going to make them innovative. Innovation is going to make them innovative. And you guys are the ones building the innovation. So that's why we believe that partnering with startups is the way to really succeed. Why? Because if you build your solutions on the Microsoft platform, then together we can go to customers. Why? Because, you know, any customer you want to reach is most likely a Microsoft customer. So that's the idea of the partnership. We have a very nice program. It's a 2-year program. And the idea behind this program is we find the technology that's right for you. I don't know if you know, but Microsoft is the most open company today, much compared to what it was in the past. 60% of our data centers are Linux. I mean, open source is kind of our second name. So, and there's Microsoft in almost in 141 countries. We're a partner-led company. We have solutions and products that our customers use that you can plug into and get their entire customer base at your feet. So really, it's about leveraging what Microsoft assets have for your success. That's the essence of the program. I'm not going to go into it because Sergio, my colleague, who is our startups lead for Romania, is going to talk about it more extensively. We also have, because we believe in the social cause, we just launched 6 days ago a new social entrepreneurship program. And if you are a social entrepreneur, if you are building an innovation for social cause, we have a new program that you can join. If you're a B2B startup, if you are innovating, if you're born to the cloud, partner with us. So, if you want to change the world, we'd love to partner with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ruthy.